Several people have asked me, well, what is the enterprise? When we talk about enterprise architecture, what is the enterprise? The usual answer people will give is an enterprise is a big organisation, a commercial organisation. But a much more useful definition is a much older one from Adam Smith, where he talks about enterprise is the animal spirits of the entrepreneur. We're not saying this is the true definition, but it's simply one that's much more useful, because the enterprise is a story. The best way to understand it is it's like a story. If the enterprise is only the big organisation, then the story consists of the organisation talking to itself. So enterprise is the organisation and the people inside the organisation. But then there's the organisation in terms of its supply chain, its suppliers, its customers, its suppliers, its customers, customers. There is a shared story that connects all of these together. Then the enterprise includes things like the market space. So it includes people like the regulators, the journalists who say what the enterprise is, the shared enterprise is. There's the recruiters who provide people who know how to work within this enterprise. There are the people who drive the market itself. There's all your competitors. There are all of these people who are in a shared story, a shared enterprise. And then beyond that, there's another much broader group of stakeholders. The countries that we live in, the communities that we operate through, the families of our employees, of our customers, of our suppliers. There are what we call anti-clients, people who really object to the way in which we operate within that story. So if we think of enterprise as a story, it connects everyone within that space, and we position ourselves within that story as providing certain services that support the way that that story works. So whilst the usual definition of the enterprise as our big company is common, it's actually not that useful. It's much more useful to think in terms of enterprise as a layered, shared story. The story of ourselves, of how we relate to our customers and suppliers, how we relate to others in the market space, and how we relate to people in a broader sense. That's a more useful description of enterprise. That's the one on which we base all of our work in enterprise architecture and beyond.